And good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Smite World Championships. We're going to be getting started in just a few minutes, and I'm pretty excited today, Mr. Handyman. We are pretty deep into the weeks here.
Which way are you from me?
I have no idea.
I'm excited too. Listen, I'm
You're
gonna
in
look this
Canada.
way.
You're north.
Okay, I'm normally looking this way. I'm pretty sure this is the way. Hello?
Hi.
Is it working? No, you're going the wrong way. You look the wrong way. Right, you've got to look to your left. Your left.
I'm
DM.
looking at my left.
That's me. There we go. There we go. Now we can converse. It's nice. Oh, we're back to the normal screen. I'm not a ghost anymore. Look at that. I look like I've got a tan, but really it's just dirt because I haven't washed. Good times. Good times. Good times.
Welcome to week 8, everybody. Of course, last week we saw Snipe come out victorious, something we have not seen in a while. It looks like the Snipe boys have really found a good synergy flowing. They're going to be coming in today as 3rd seed, still behind Cognitive Gaming, who have found themselves in a very fortunate situation. Now, for those of you at home who haven't checked this out, the Game Changers, formerly at least, have been picked up by Cognitive and are now called Cognitive Red. This is big news for not only them, but for Cognitive Gaming, who now, for the first time in literally months, have been able to scrim another top team.
Yeah, I mean, with the changes to what's happened with them, then it's been really important. And quickly make sure I'm spectating the right person, as they said to me. But it's been really good for Cognitive Gaming to have this partnership pick up DM because it's going to allow them to be able to practice, and that's one of the biggest things they've not had the opportunity to do. DM.
So it looks like we're going to be checking in with Full Moon today to start off, but there's an issue with their match. We're going to be switching our focus here to, I think he said, the Name Changers versus Bringrr. They're coming in as 10th seed and 23rd seed. A winner of this will be going up against Torch, who has received a bye, current 7th seed North America.
I like that. I like that team name.
The Name Changers.
Good shout out to the Game Changers. Now Cognitive Red, which we were just discussing.
Right.
So, like we were saying, Cognitive Red now being picked up by Cognitive means that those two are going to scrim together, and they're going to be able to give each other tips as well on what the weaknesses are and the strengths.
Just for Cognitive Gaming alone, I think this is a big deal because, like I said before, they have been scrim locked for months. Dignitas, the Game Changers, D2F, nobody would scrim these guys because they were afraid of them being downloaded. I mean, look what happened in the last season. They were scrimming nonstop, and then they won every single week for 8 weeks in a row, taking every single qualifier. It was actually more than that if you consider the other tournaments before or after, but the qualifying tournaments, they swept right through. They got scrim locked. They didn't win the launch tournament, and now that they have another team to scrim, I bet Dignitas and Sniper are going to start feeling the pressure.
Exactly. I mean, that's the one big thing. I've got to give a shout out to the other teams, though. By actually scrim locking Cognitive, it has allowed the other teams to catch up a bit.
Oh,
it's
definitely
a smart ploy from those teams to realize that they were so strong that maybe by not scrimming them, they're not going to be able to lock us down so easily and have a few issues with us. And it's worked out in their favor now. So now Dignitas are the big boys, top of the shop, working things out for themselves, and I'm pretty sure they're looking good.
Yeah, well, at this point, they're basically guaranteed.
That's right.
582 seeding points. At this point, 5 Angry Men would have to take first pretty much every week, and Dignitas would have to lose in the round of 32 every week.
Every week.
Every week. And it just, I mean, they've already made it to the round of 16. I mean, if they lose here, it's possible, but generally speaking, if Dignitas makes it to quarters today, they're going to be getting through.
Exactly. Cognitive Gaming are right behind them as well, right. So it's very unlikely they won't be going. So it generally comes down to Snipe, who won last week, performed very, very well with their new sort of lineup with the changes with Wolfie going away. And now Cognitive Red, 5 Angry Men, and even Critosaurus, they don't seem to get very far, but they've been consistently getting through to the quarters pretty much every single week. Right. And if they can make a push in these last few weeks, they could push out one of those last spots.
I think we're going to be looking more towards 5 Angry Men than anybody. 5AM has the chance this week to maybe push themselves a little bit farther. I think Cognitive Red, despite the fact that they've just been picked up by a sponsor, are still in the hot seat. 207 points puts them less than 100 points away from 5 Angry Men. And with only a few weeks left in play, 5 Angry Men could take it over and hold on to that spot. So Cognitive Red's going to be coming out here like men on fire. But you have to consider the fact that they did join up with Cognitive, which means they're scrimming Cognitive Gaming a ton. So it's not like they're going to come in here with a lack of practice.
So Bringrr are going to be out on the left-hand side. We're into picks and bans, and the name changes are on the right-hand side. Hercules, Aphrodite, and it's now back to Bringrr for their second ban. Do you expect after the patch, DM, any changes?
I like the Hercules ban. Have you heard about...
If you talk about that meditation, no, DM, no. Just no. That's your one shot at it, and I've already put it down. No. We will not discuss the Lord and Savior meditation.
Well, as long as you understand that it is the Lord and Savior.
not
Cyrus
the
was
Lord.
banned. Scylla is still banned despite her small amount of nerfs.
Tweets,
I mean,
we'll say.
I think the nerfs hit good spots.
I do too. I agree.
They have turned the mage into something that's still something to be feared, but not to the point where she's going to fall to the meta. So Scylla will be taken out here. First pick heading over to Bringrr. Looks like it's going to be bots.
Yep, going to be bats locked in first of all. Not too surprising, although there is a lot left on the table as well. Kumbhakarna getting through first pick is quite surprising.
Yeah, what in the world?
I wonder whether Name Changers will pick that.
Maybe they agreed to both not pick him.
Why would anyone not agree to pick Kumbhakarna? Like he's just he's just too good. He's too good. There he is. And there's another one that I was going to mention that's being hovered over and just about to be locked in as well.
Kumbhakarna.
You say his name properly? Let's see. I'm not going to say
it's all you, sir.
Go on, say it.
No, it's please, by all
No,
means.
my Canadian accent, might come across a bit stronger. I'd like you to clear it up for us. Go on, say it. Say his name.
Janus.
Janus. Good old Janus has been locked in, and I think, DM, that Janus is going to be one of these ones that's going to stay around for a while because he seems to be pretty good.
He does a lot of damage, and if you play him more like someone like Alquang, where you're not putting yourself in a lot of danger, you're not running into the midst of things, you're just staying in the back, looking for an opportunity, shooting it, and then just getting out for a little while, waiting for your cooldowns to come back up. He's a lot more effective than what people are trying to do, and that's be techie with the portals, and jump past walls, and be crazy. I mean, if you just play safe and look for opportunities to do damage, the damage will get done.
Exactly, and the one thing he's got with that through space and time, because it gives him the immunity, and he's still able to move while casting it and move around. He can actually use it to get through walls when he's being attacked. So he could use it defensively as well as offensively. He's like, oh no,
with good positioning, you could do both.
Exactly. You could literally turn around 360 no scope through a wall, hit somebody, and then also escape and be like, "What's up? I'm Janus." And people are starting to work out the threshold is there. But Ra's being locked in again.
Yeah.
Last week was really weird on EU. We saw one. I think we casted one game where Ra was involved. He wasn't banned, wasn't picked at all through them.
I think Ra right now is like the focal point of balance.
I totally agree.
He's in a perfect spot. He's not broken to the point where you're like, I can't fight Ra, but he's not underpowered to the point where you're like, oh, it's Ra, no problem. You see Ra on the board and you go, we should have picked him. And that's when you know a god's in a good place.
Exactly. He's just so all-round perfect. And final counterbans coming out now, so we're going to see Apollo being banned out from the name. Taking that one away, Artemis already picked up. Artemis and Apollo seem to be the top two right now in terms of hunters that are being picked.
And I like the smart pick. Name Changers used the pick ban style phase to grab Artemis and then immediately ban out Apollo and force their opponents into something like Neith or possibly on her, something maybe they weren't really looking for. The Hunter switch there was a good pick. Not to mention Scylla was taken off the table. They already have Kumbhakarna. I think the only thing they're falling behind really at this point is the fact that Hunbots is probably the best jungler available. But Thor is no slouch.
That's right. Thor isn't a slouch. He's very, very strong in probably like the top 3 jungler right now, and he's very consistently picked or banned away from teams. The last ban from Bringrr was Chonga in this, so no Chonga for DM today. However, I can understand that one, especially if it's going against Ra in the solo lane, then it does deal with that. Chonga does have a good matchup against Ra.
That's right. You can not only hit the wave, but him at the same time, and then, of course, reduce the healing that he can place onto his minions to ensure that your wave clear is as strong. One of the strong points of Ra, one of the reasons we see Ra picked up so much, is the fact that Ra doesn't lose lane. He clears better than almost anyone else. He has insane sustainability, but when you put it up against Chang'e, Chang'e is able to just kind of maybe not lock him down, but keep the pressure on. And by the time they both get to the end game, usually Ra's end game is as strong or a little bit stronger than the other end games. But when you compare that to things like Waxing Moon, it's going to be a lot of trouble. But then again, they don't have to worry about late game CC because, of course, Kumbhakarna is still available and thrown up. Name Changers have so much CC potential.
That's true. And then you look at the combinations they're going to have available to them with the name. Epic Uppercut into the Crushing Wave going to be available. Yeah. Thor's going to be able to dunk down onto these team fights as well. And then to rub it all in, Yarus, and randomly throw portals on the ground to make sure your team can't move.
So Hobble was picked up, and that's just a pick that I love in the solo lane right now, or even the mid lane. You can really put him either place, and he's just so powerful. I think people forgot how much damage Habwa actually
Yeah,
does.
he really does. And I think the biggest reason we're seeing more and more Hubwa is because of those warrior changes that happened a few patches ago now. Those warrior changes
Right.
allowed him to come back into the solo lane and start to be sort of the sort of expected picks there. And I'm surprised we're not seeing more bans towards Hercules, Aphrodite, Villa, still take for the bans. So he is at the moment. So they're the lineups. DM, on paper, you had to choose one right now. Just
And when you couple that with the fact that you have Habwa, I mean, I'd just be scared.
yeah, uppercut into Crushing Wave is just one of the most disgusting combinations of it. And then you've got Artemis as well with Boar, which can also do the same thing.
Yeah.
But on the other side, I mean, Bring does have Humbats and they also have Geb available. And with the Agni Rain of Fire going to be available to them, they can put out a lot of damage themselves. And they've got a little bit more sustain with that Ra on the team as well.
All right, guys, we're going to cut to a quick break while we get the game set up, and we're going to be back with you in our first round of 32 in Week 8. That's going to be Bringrr versus the Name Changers. I'm Dan Brandon, and for Hindu Man, stick around. Hello and welcome to the beginning of week number 8 of the Smite World Championships. We're going to be checking in today to start the day off with Bringrr and the Name Changers, which is a very appropriate name, Hindu, given the fact that this is like the 9th team name that I think they've had.
Yeah, they've cycled for a few. What was the last one? Was it Meditate?
Team Meditation.
No.
Or Team
Oh,
Medi,
okay.
as you can see their clan tag. But let's talk first a little bit about Bringrr. We're going to see Dan Mosley on Hunbots. Ra going to be played by Ponderous Top, most likely going to that solo lane. Dark's going to be going, playing that Hunter in the duo lane with Can't Touch 4, playing that support. And finally, we're going to have Agni in the mid lane, played by Noirs.
And on the other side of the map, as we said, known as the Name Changers for today, quite well-known players over here, DM. Right. Soulshine is going to be Thor in the jungle. XO on Yardus. Recon going to be playing Artemis. Cyclone Spin on Hubwar in the solo lane. And finally, Oceana on Kumbhakana in the support role.
So right off the bat, not too much craziness going on. Both hunters have very similar builds, or actually the exact same build. We're seeing the Tiny Trinket, Vamp Shroud start coming out from pretty much all mages. Both supports have the Watcher's Gift. The only difference that I'm really seeing in the starts here is that Dan Mosley has opted for Bumba's Mask, whereas Soulshiner has opted for Death Toll, something that in the current meta is, in my opinion, is much, much more successful.
Now, I am really surprised, though, that Recon went for the Death's Toll and Spike Gauntlets rank 1 and not rushed for the Death's Gauntlets 2. Just at the start, because he's against a Geb in the lane and an Anhur, he's going to have a pretty much safe lane. Geb's not very aggressive during the early stages, which means he could actually rush onto those Devour's Gauntlets 2 as a Death's Gauntlets completion quite quickly and be able to start stacking a lot earlier, but chosen the safer option overall.
So it looks like Ponderous did reach level 2 off the proc of the killing of the red buff on the bottom side. You're going to see, it looks like Cyclone Spin and Soulshiner go to lane. Now, these are two players that team together a lot, be it 2v2, 3v3, Siege in the 4v4, and we see them, of course, playing a lot together as well in Conquest. It looks like they're going to rotate in here, but unfortunately and smartly, Dan Mosley and Ponderous were smart enough to go around the other side.
Yeah, I think they realized they're against a matchup where they know themselves inside and out. Those two so strong together because they play so much, like you said. Rotation mid, though, they could be in trouble here, DM. He's really in trouble.
Nope, that's an Agni, and he did not use his dash, only a single proc there. Had he gotten the double proc, that might have been an opportunity for a kill, but smart positioning from Norris is going to keep him out there. Cyclone Spin going to be able to still hold his own against Ponderous Top. Hey, you can see him pushing forward and Top taking some damage as Mosley has to rotate back in as Cyclone is going to be joined by Soulshiner once again.
For the time being, all the lanes pushing in for the name changes right now. Bring pushed up to the towers in most of these lane situations. Gonna have to be careful though, because they will fall behind in gold if they keep getting pushed into the tower like this.
They will, and you know, that's something that Habwa is going to do well, especially in the early game, and that's push. Soulshiner taking a lot of archer damage, misses the first hit of Mjolnir's attunement as Cyclone moves forward. Again, a missed opportunity that could have been a kill. It looks like both of them have activated potions, and I know Soulshiner is willing to trade that.
Left-hand side is going very, very well for the name changes right now. Kumbhakana being very aggressive with Recon, abusing the fact Geb's early game is rather weak in comparison to the Kumbhakana strengths with that Mez that everybody loves and enjoys.
So we're going to see more pressure coming out in mid. Agni forced to dash repeatedly as EXO is really finding some solid shots with Unstable Vortex. You can see Norse right now is under 200 HP or just at the 200 HP threshold, which can be a very dangerous position for him.
Yeah, he's going to position himself very carefully because if Giannis just get the big burst off, he's going to disappear. That's for certain. At the moment, first trip back to base for Thor and Hun Bats as well, so I'll see their items start to be picked up as well. Nothing really picked up from either team though.
So we have more pressure coming out. Looks like our first attacks are majorly coming out. Ponderous top, try to go for a snipe there. Doesn't land on the Cyclone spin, but he does get the wave push. Cyclone still level 4 right now. And ooh, bad positioning is going to push him into a beam. He just hits 5 on the wave to wave mark there, but he's under 300 health now and is in kind of a precarious position.
Mid-camp
oh!
Spawn, right inside, the crushing wave comes out, secures the kill. I was switching to the other side, but there's
the
first
blood.
It?
The
no,
back
I did
bait.
not.
Oh,
no.
He starts to back. Ra moves forward right as he takes the step forward. And remember, guys, when you get hit by a knockup, you will continue moving in the direction that you were currently traveling. So as Ra moved forward to try to stop the back, Cyclone spin knocked him up. And now Soulshiner going for a kill here.
Really
does
is.
find another kill. Team Medi 2-0 right now as Unstable Vortex come out. And Hunbots is forced to jump away. A bomb's going to come out, but it's a little bit late. He lands the stun on Agni, but nothing much after.
That's going to give the mid-camps over to the name changes early on. And that pressure onto Geb all started in the duo lane, which I was just going to discuss. They dropped him very low. Just as the mid-camps are due to spawn, great decision just to force the support away from being able to get involved. Can Agni get something back? Well, he looks like he's going to pick that one up, actually.
Yeah,
so,
he got the one.
3 for 1.
I'm very surprised to see Soul not back off there and try to reset it.
Left-hand lane, though. Anher's in trouble once again. Going to have to back away from Recon, going very aggressive. And this lane is not going very well for Bringrr.
No, it's definitely not. Team Meditation has complete control, and you can take a look at Recon's build. He has not gone back or used his potion at this point. He's sitting on 1,100 gold, so he's getting closer to finishing up those gauntlets.
Look at left-hand side, though, as well. The position around this blue buff, waiting for it to respawn, keep the pressure on. Meanwhile, though, we're going to see Soulshiner rotating mid again, looking for an opportunity.
I don't know. It looks like he's actually going to back here. I saw him crouched. I thought he was going to be going up, but no ultimate use just yet. Cyclone's been back in the right side, has a pretty decent lead here, and he's continuously attacking. Another shot's going to be coming out. Mid lane, you're seeing Agni throw some bombs down, but not getting much out of it.
The red buff respawn, Hombat's already on it. Thor rotating over for his speed, so keep an eye on where they're going to rotate to now. But look at this, XOXO has an idea this is going on. Will he steal it? He is, you know. I know we're going to see right lane drop against a Cyclone spin, but XO actually just stole away the red buff. That was a really nice play.
Yeah, he's going to be chased down here. I don't know if they're going to want to keep going, but nice portal and rotation in from Cyclone Spin ensures that'll stay safe. Actually, it looks they're going to turn their sights to the blue buff. Unstable Vortex is going to do a ton of damage to that thing, and Cyclone could definitely use an extra set of mana. Will they give this to mid? Now it looks like Cyclone will take that and rotate back to lane. Ra in a lot of trouble here. This is not a matchup he does extraordinarily well in, considering the fact that Hobwalk can really just kill him in 3 attacks.
Yeah, it's just about the burst damage. That's the one thing Ra has. He has sustain, but he's got to sit in the blessing and just slowly heal back up. Whereas Hubwal's not going to really let you just stand there. He's going to burst you down with big combinations.
So checking out the builds here, this is something that we've been seeing a lot more of lately, and it's something I absolutely adore, and that's the rush into Talent Trinket. I mean, it's 60 damage at level 2. It costs like 1,370 gold.
Going up.
That way you don't have to worry as much about potions.
There's the dunk again, and once again, Ra's in trouble. Cyclone Spin, going to secure that one. Straight out from Soulshiner, so once again, right-hand side is a big issue for Bringrr right now. Left-hand side, going to see Anher going aggressive. Recon's low, but with the protection there, he's going to be okay and actually drop Darks.
You know, Oceana hasn't dropped yet either, so he could have body blocked that, not only for the initial shots to where the point where he would have died, but then, you know, X amount more during the Sleepy. I think at this point it's 6. You know better than me.
Oh, what's that, the Sleepy? Yeah, it's 6 auto attacks to be able to drop it down. I'm
point.
pretty certain at this stage of the game, yeah.
All right, so check out this rotation here. 3 men right now from Team Meditation, forcing out Noars, ensuring that they're going to be able to get this camp. It's starting to blink. Right side is going to be up in a few seconds. Unstable Vortex slams into the Agni, and he's going to be forced back as Habwa just is doing whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, everybody on name changes right now are doing whatever they want. Ryan Sidecamp's going to spawn, Soulshine is going to rotate around there, but XO is actually landing a lot of these unstable vortexes, and it's quite surprising because it's not that hard to dodge, honestly, once you understand the movement of it. And you're going to see here that Agni push back to tower again, and the wave clear being very, very effective. He's using the portals very aggressively as well, DM, and that can cause him some issues.
I mean, it could, but with the rotations and the pressure
What?
coming out. Oh, what in the world? He tries to go for the spear gun over the wall there.
Oh,
Looking
Thor's
for an
coming in!
opportunity. Soulshiner might not have a spot to get out there. Cataclysm keeps him inside. Shockwave could go for the kill. He
portal back through! What? He clicked the portal by mistake and ends up going down. The portal was dropped by XO so he could jump back out again.
Did he get the kill on Agni?
Did get the kill on Agni, yes.
That was...
I don't know if he used the auto attack to get it or he got the kill afterwards. I'm not sure. That was crazy. Left-hand side, though, Kumba's going to look for Darks again on this side. The Rain of Arrows falls down. There's the Mez. He's going to look for the uppercut if it's possible. Oh, the pillar pins him off. But good use of the Desert Fury to try and reduce the damage, to reduce the immunity from the ball. But epic uppercut. GG.
That's it for him. He's going to go down. Recon's pretty low as well. Hunbot's rotating in. This could be the first big play here for Bringrr. He gets in. The ult's going to come out. Recon's going down for sure. Can they finish off Kumba?
No. Don't be silly. It's Kumba Kana.
Makes my skin crawl.
It's such a good skill. See? Such a good skill. When you're playing as it, it's
calling
fantastic.
It a skill.
Well, then we're going to be talking about Jean-Qui's ultimate as well, then, aren't we?
I'm down.
You know, we can put them in the same boat, I guess, because they pretty much are. So 2-7 right now. Name Change in a great control of this. Gave away 2 easy kills, though, in my opinion. They've kind of been very aggressive, but they're able to, DM, because they're in full control.
Well, at this point, they're up 5 kills. You know, we're taking a look at that graph here. 2,500 gold, 6,000 experience separates these two teams. Spear gun in the middle, gonna blow him up as Soulshiner rains down, and another kill added to the board for the Name Changers.
Name Changers now pressuring middle lanes from free tower damage. They're going to rotate right, though, looking for Ra again, who's in trouble. But Cyclone's committed too much under the tower. No man uses support, takes him to tower shots. But can XO secure the kill in response?
He's trying. You see him rotate over. He accidentally portals himself. Oh, with the unstable vortex.
Okay.
Perfect shot. Doesn't look for the double tap. Recognizes that he only needs 1. And then he finds that side shot with a perfect just explosion of time and space and blows him up.
I see what you did there with the time and space reference to the fact that, yeah. So Hunbot's going to defend this right-hand side. However, Thor's going to chip it down. Soulshiner going to secure the first tower of the game. Left-hand side, we can see once again, Recon and Oceana pressuring this left-hand side. And Blue Buff has respawned again, so expect to see them rotate for that one soon.
You got to feel for Ponderous right now. He just lost his blue buff again. That's rough. You can see it on the minimap, but it just has not been picked up yet. That has been removed. XO's taken the red buff as well. Portal's right out and going to position himself well for that right mid camp. You're seeing Soulshiner wait for that one. Actually, no, they're going to rotate in. Dash by Agni. Knocked up. Mjolnir's at 2 minutes on cooldown for a little while longer. As Cyclone Spin rotates, he's looking for it. Does Soulshiner have the shot? Doesn't need it.
Doesn't need it. Mez is there. Recon secures the kill for his team. That can be a free goal. Fury for Name Change is going to start that one off immediately. Geb's still in base.
Beautiful.
Nice quick up. Yeah.
Poetic. That is pure textbook Smite playing right there. You know, 2-man rotation from the right side, finds the mid kill, and then all 5 group up and rotate directly in for the Gold Fury after the supports push. Now we're going to get a teleport through the wall. First unstable vortex miss that I've seen this game today as Hunbot rotates in and finds himself right in the face of the God of the Yellow River. But I don't know if he's going to want to fight this crushing wave. We're going to see the Cataclysm, but a lot of damage is going down.
Does connect, and Recon's going to secure the kill. We do see a man drop from Name Changers, though, but as this continues, Kumba's passive kicks in, and now we're going to see Geb run. He's not going to get far, though.
No, there's no way he's getting out of this one. Right there, looks like Soulshiner's going to be able to clean up another one, and just many people erase off that map once again. You're seeing the right side tower push, mid lane, getting some farm, but nobody goes down once again. I mean, from TNC, I mean, they have just been playing very smart.
I mean, at the same time, we've seen Cyclone Spin rotating around the map. He helped with the Gold Fury, helped the gank on the left-hand lane. He's able to give Ra this freedom to farm that lane because he's already taken the tower DM, as well as the fact Ra is so far behind due to that early kills that went against him.
Rotating over towards the right side, we're going to see XOXO miss an unstable vortex on an entire creep wave, and we can all watch that and have a good time. I had a good time.
Have a good time.
Just had a good time watching the guy miss the shot on the creeps. It's funny because he's landed some really nasty unstable vortexes today on some pretty quick characters. I mean, Ra has 30% inherent movement speed buff when he uses abilities, and then he misses a shot on creeps. It shows the inconsistency of the move even at top level.
So right-hand side, Agni taking this mid-camp. He's going to get caught out of position. No, XO is there. He's going to be able to sprint away from the portals, but the connection from the vortex does so much, and the threshold hit. Speeds is used, and now he's in a lot of trouble.
Uh-oh. Oh, Habwa's rotating in here. Gets pushed out by Dan Mosley, who's trying to find something. Spirit Gun's going to be used. Nice shot. Portal. And there goes the crushing wave for the kill. Ponderous in a lot of trouble once again, trying to find an escape here. Nice shockwave's going to try to delay it. 3-man Kata, but it's not going to deter them. Anher's nowhere in position. This might even be Fire Giant.
Yeah, this could easily be Fire Giant. You can see Anher rotating over. Recon still able to just continue to farm his lane. Wasn't even required for his team there to be able to do as much damage as they did. They're going to look to pressure mid and right-hand lane at the same time as Cyclone Spin pushes that side in. Darks is going to be careful because against this whole team, he could go down.
Look at the damage come through. That wasn't even the Unstable Vortex. Dark gets rotated around. Oh, 12 minutes, 33 seconds. We're going to see a surrender vote after 3-18. Bringrr slightly outclassed there by the name changers. Soulshiner and the boys take it down.
They do take it down. I mean, big shout out to Cyclone Spinning and Soulshiner. Honestly, they're the ones that started snowballing that game, DM. I mean, from the solo lane onwards, as soon as Cyclone Spin ended up winning that lane, he started the rotations off, and with the support of Soulshiner in tow, those two just went around the map and just started causing havoc everywhere.
So, taking a look at the damage here, first things first, you got to look at Cyclone Spin, putting up 11.6. Second highest right there would have been Artemis at 7,500. There was a 4,000 player difference. There was a Soulshiner difference almost between these two players, and Soulshiner was going nuts throughout that game. You see 3-1-6, great rotations. Everyone, high assists, good amount of kills, only 3 deaths on the board. It was incredible showing by TNC.
Yeah, it really was. Hopefully they can move on to the next round. They're going to be facing off against Torch, though, and Torch are doing quite well in the tournament standings so far. I mean, if I just have a quick check, Torch are sat in 7th with 48 points at the moment. So Torch not going to be one to be trifled with, DM, but we'll have to see how the name changers do in that one. I think the name changers could make a pretty good run this week, but they're going to walk into COG after Torch if they get that far.
That's true. I mean, they have a pretty hard bracket ahead of them. 7th seed coming in here. Torch is going to be fighting them next. Again, if they win, they might be fighting up against COG, depending on how Weapons of War or Crispy does. Cognitive Red still waiting on their match. Get Off Fenris is going to be playing off, it looks, against 5 Angry Men. As we see On Cooldown and Resist both make it to the second round as well. We're going to cut to a quick break while we get set up for our second round of the day, which will be the round of 16. We'll see you guys soon. Stick around.